Hey everybody, and welcome to the sixth part of this initiation course on ZBrush. Well, here we can start discussing a little bit the materials and the colors and also the alphas. Okay, as you can see here, I've added in two spheres to work with and see how this works. Okay, as I said at the beginning of the course, we have on the one hand color and on the other material. From here we can choose different materials, some that we can make, some that are standard and already made for us. For example, the matte cap skin, it simulates a kind of like skin, like a human skin kind of thing. Like if we want to work with, making another human, we'll work with this material. Each material can be used for different things. For example, if we want to use the outline thin, with this material we can check the contour of a figure. In the same way, when we make an illustration or a physical sculpture, it would be good for us to check out the profile or silhouette of what we're doing so we can see, the negative part of the drawing. Let's look at the contour, and we can work it and adjust it a little bit better. We have other materials that simulate shines, for example. We also have metallic materials. Apart from the materials, we have the color that's here. We can change the color at any moment and work with material and the color. To get the colors down, if I grab this and I change the color of the sphere is going to change. All right. I'm going to change the color. And when we move the camera, the color changes. To lay down the material, we'll do the following. From here, we'll decide if we want to work with the color, with the material, or both things. For example, if we want to put down the color, but we don't want to put down the material, we'll click on RGB. And now we'll click on Fill Object. Fill Object is to lay down a color or a material on an object. So we tell it that we want this sphere to be yellow. So it's always going to be this color. If I change the color now, as you can see, only the other sphere will change color. Ours is going to stay yellow. We can also decide to keep the material on its own. Apply another material, and if we hit object fill, or fill object, we can fill that with the material as well. So, as you can see here. So if we change the material, it's going to change the material on that sphere. In this way, we can lay down the color and the material. If we apply this object here, mRGB, we can work with both things at the same time. For example, let's grab the other sphere, and I want it to be a blue and of a certain material. Maybe this one. Madcap Skin 6. So, with our mRGB activated, we hit Fill Object, and we've ultimately laid down both things, color and material. Well, this is the way. So that's how we work with that. Now with alphas, which is here, we can go to the standard brush, and here we can go to stroke and add in a drag direct option. So we're going to add in, for example, a star. So you already know that depending on the intensity of the brush, I deactivate this for a moment. I'm going to make the star. Let's get rid of the symmetry. And let's subdivide the star first. Well, let's subdivide this sphere first, like that. Okay. So if I click, I'm going to activate the star. So we can also add in geometry at the same time we paint it. If in this standard brush we have this activated, And we also activate the color and add in a green color now. Well, we can also paint in another color as well as doing the geometry. We can use this with another color or material. If I activate the material and I put in another material, look at the face. You can see that I'm making a star of another color and another material. It's all thanks to playing with the elements or different brushes that you use. Any pen we use can add in geometry, or it can paint in any color or material at the same time. We have to really keep this in mind, because if we want to, for example, we want to make a face, and we want to maybe add in some lines on the forehead. Imagine this is a head, all right, there are the eyes, okay? So I want to add in some lines on the forehead. Well, I can use this, and at the same time, as I make the lines, I can make this blue C key, so that the color, it's like a dropper tool. I want these lines to be darker. Well, I'm just going to add in a darker color. And now we activate the color, and we can paint the lines just a little bit darker this way. At the same time, as we add the geometry, we can paint these areas, you see? See how it's done? Okay, as well as this other mode in the standard stroke, we also have another stroke, like the color spray. So we activate the color, add another color, and we can generate these stars. Look at this. In this way, combining the alpha with the color of the spray, we can get these stars as well as different, with a different chromatic range. So we could maybe add in a more discrete alpha, like this one here. Lower the intensity, and look at the kind of surface that I can make now. Let's try again with a different type of color. And I can choose in any moment to change the alpha or the stroke. So the spray effect, for example. It's going to spray. It's very similar to the other one. And the drags and the dots that allow us to place the strokes with a higher precision. Okay. All right. That's it. I just hope you guys could follow the process. We used to lay down the colors and materials. Now you know that we can work on this area here. And also, remember that we can add in geometry at the same time we paint. Okay? And that's that. I hope you liked this. And I can't wait to see you guys in the next lesson. Bye!